The camera fades in on the sound of hurried footsteps echoing through empty school corridors, and a frightened whisper cuts through the air, "Please, stop. You won't believe what happened next, so stay till the end, and if this story touches your heart even a little, make sure you like the video and subscribe for more inspiring stories that remind us what real strength looks like." It all began on the first Monday after winter break at Ridgewell High School, where students buzzed with gossip about the arrival of a new director, someone the school board claimed would change the culture of the entire campus. No one knew her name, her background, or what she planned to do. But everyone knew one thing for sure: Ridgewell High was filled with talent, ambition, and unfortunately, a notorious bully everyone feared. His name was Connor Hale. Tall, loud, and always surrounded by a group of boys who laughed at every cruel thing he did, Connor ruled the hallways like he owned them. Teachers avoided confrontation, students avoided eye contact, and no adult had ever dared to challenge him, until she arrived. Her name was Dr. Naomi Carter, a black woman with calm eyes, confident posture, and the kind of quiet strength that didn't need to be announced. She walked into the auditorium during the first assembly of the year, wearing a simple navy blue suit and carrying a warm but firm smile. Conversations died instantly. Even Connor paused mid-laugh. She stepped up to the microphone and introduced herself with a voice so steady it felt like she could hold the whole room together. "I'm here to make this school a safe place," she said. "Every student deserves respect, dignity, and the chance to be their best. And I promise you, I will protect that chance." Some students applauded. Some exchanged hopeful glances. Connor rolled his eyes. At first, things seemed normal. Dr. Carter greeted students personally in the mornings, walked the halls without fear, and listened to everyone who approached her. It didn't take long for students to admire her kindness. But kindness can attract the wrong attention, especially from someone who thrives on intimidation. It started with small things: whispers that she was trying too hard, snickers when she walked by, students claiming Connor had called her the new toy of the school. Dr. Carter ignored it with grace, but she wasn't naive. She saw the way Connor pushed others into lockers, the way he made freshmen cry, the way he carried himself like authority didn't matter. One Thursday afternoon, everything escalated. A shy boy named Liam, thin, quiet, and always clutching a sketchbook, accidentally bumped into Connor near the cafeteria. The sketchbook fell. Pages scattered. Drawings of superheroes, dragons, and imaginary worlds flew across the floor. Students froze. "Watch where you're going, freak," Connor growled. Liam whispered, "I'm sorry," but Connor shoved him hard enough to send him crashing into a chair. His friends laughed. That was the moment Drive. Carter stepped in. "Connor," she said sharply, "my office." Now. The hallway hushed. Connor smirked. "You think you can order me around?" She didn't raise her voice. "Yes," she replied, "and you will listen." Students stared, stunned. No one had ever spoken to him like that. Connor followed her only because he wanted to prove he couldn't be intimidated. Inside her office, Drive. Carter didn't lecture him. She simply said, "Tell me why hurting others makes you feel powerful." He flinched. "Don't play psychologist with me," he snapped. She held his gaze. "Then stop acting like a scared little boy pretending to be a monster." He slammed the door on his way out. Word spread fast. Connor felt humiliated, and humiliation is dangerous fuel for someone like him. The next morning, he decided he'd teach her a lesson. When Dr. Carter walked toward the courtyard to check on a report of noise, Connor was waiting. Cameras didn't catch everything, but witnesses later said he stepped in front of her, blocking her path, his voice sharp with hatred. "You think because you're the new black director you can run this school? You don't belong here." His words sliced through the air. Students gasped. Some pulled out phones. Some froze in fear. But Drive. Carter didn't flinch. She looked him in the eyes, and instead of anger, she showed something that disarmed him completely: empathy. "Connor," she said gently, "I know you're hurting. But attacking me won't fix it. It won't make your father come back. It won't make you feel seen. And it won't make you strong." His face drained of color. She shouldn't have known that. No one knew that his father had abandoned their family a few months earlier. He shoved her, not hard enough to injure, but hard enough to shock the entire crowd. A teacher screamed. Students panicked. Phones recorded. This was the moment everyone expected her to break, to yell, to threaten suspension, to retaliate. Instead, she did something no one saw coming. She stepped forward and said softly, "I'm not going to punish you in anger. I'm going to help you rebuild your life, if you let me." The courtyard went silent. Even the wind paused. Connor's friends backed away slowly. He stood frozen, trembling, not from fear of punishment, but from the unfamiliar sensation of someone seeing through his anger. Why are you doing this?" he whispered. Her voice remained calm. "Because someone once saw past my anger too. And it saved my life." That afternoon, she didn't send him home. She introduced a new program, a leadership restoration group, where students with behavioral issues could meet weekly to talk, learn conflict resolution, and rebuild trust. She asked Connor to join as the first member. He refused at first, but the shame of what he'd done weighed on him more heavily than he expected. Videos from the courtyard spread across social media, and instead of cheering him on as usual, students looked at him with disappointment. A week later, he walked into the group room. The transformation wasn't instant. Connor was defensive at first. Angry. Bitter. But drive. Carter never gave up on him. Week after week, she taught him to understand his emotions, to take responsibility, to apologize, and eventually, to repair what he'd broken. The biggest turning point came when she invited Liam, the boy with the sketchbook, to join the group. Connor couldn't look him in the eyes. But Liam, quiet and gentle, said something no one expected. "I forgive you," he whispered. "I just hope you stop hurting people." Those words cracked something open inside Connor. Months passed. The school changed. Students felt safer. Teachers felt supported. And Connor, once the most feared bully, became someone entirely different. He started helping freshmen find their classes. He apologized to everyone he hurt. He mentored younger boys who struggled with anger. And most shocking of all, he defended Liam when some boys mocked his drawings. On the last day of school, during the final assembly, Connor walked onto the stage. His hands trembled, but he forced himself to speak. "I used to think strength meant making others afraid of me. But drive. Carter taught me that strength is admitting you're hurting, and choosing to heal instead of hurting others." The whole auditorium rose in applause. Tears shimmered in Dr. Carter's eyes. That day, the entire school witnessed something powerful, not the fall of a bully, but the rise of a young man who finally understood kindness. And as students cheered, "Drive," Carter knew her mission had succeeded. Not because she silenced the school with authority, but because she silenced them with compassion. And if you're still watching, remember this. Sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one who chooses empathy over ego. If stories like this inspire you, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and stay tuned for more transformative stories that remind us, change always begins with just one brave choice.